They buried me in the water and I came, I knew. Now I'm baptized in blue.
Welcome to the Officer Autumn podcast, the only podcast designed specifically for female cops in mind. I hope you enjoy this podcast episode. So how about a jewelry company made and designed by a medically retired female officer? Yeah, let's support her. It's called Blue Monarch Co. You can find it on Instagram. You'll be able to check it out in the show notes. Anyways, I've been wearing this necklace from her company since January. It has come in I don't take it off. It comes in the shower. It comes in the tanning booth. It goes everywhere with me. And it looks amazing still. Go check it out because right now she's offering you, as one of my listeners, 40% off. The code is going to be right down in the show notes along with the link to her website. And you can go check out the pictures of me wearing my angel necklace on Instagram if you have any questions. Hope you check them out. What's up, everybody? Sorry that it's been a few minutes since I've made a podcast. Sometimes your girl just needs a minute. I think you can probably relate to that. Today, what I want to talk to you about is the idea that women are less than or not equal on the job or need separate training. So it's been brought to my attention that some people perceive my training or what I'm trying to do with the message that I believe women need some separate fucking training from from the rest of the guys and, you know, all these things. And it's just not true. I am on a walk, so you're going to hear nature. You know, it's just not true. And I just really want to talk about it because I think that, first off, thank you to my haters. If you don't know this, I have a fucking shitload of people who spend all day long, on my profile and on all of my stuff. They create some pretty funny content of all of mine and letting me know that what a piece of shit I am. But what the great thing about them is they always will reveal to me things that I don't necessarily see, right? Because my intention has never been anybody is less than, or like women need special attention or women need special training or anything like that. What happened, I'm going to just tell you how this all happened, because if you're somebody who's been with me for a while, then you know I've been coaching for 8 years, and that's first responders, male and female. And what happened was I just realized over and over and over again that there was nobody talking to just the women and just female cops. Like, there was nobody. And there's a lot of men. There's like a lot of podcasts. There's a lot of programs that were just for men. And you know, there's like a lot of male cops out there that were, you know, talking and helping cops and all cops, not just male cops. And I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. Like, I love that we're here. Like, I love the camaraderie. I love what they're doing. But like, how about like a mentor for female officers? Because I don't see any of that. I see a ton of beautiful, you know, influencers, some appropriate, some highly inappropriate, in my opinion, but who, you know, neither here nor there. But that's what I see. I don't see anybody mentoring these women. And so here's how this happened. In 2019, I believe. And I was making TikToks and I just happened to throw on these fucking tactical pants that I've had since the beginning of my career. And I'm like, and I just made this really funny TikTok about it literally was so like off the cuff, unplanned. It was just how I felt about these motherfucking pants. Well, the TikTok and the Instagram reel went viral. Both of them. And I mean like millions of views. And I had a lot of companies reaching out to me and a lot of women. And it was at that moment, I'm like, God damn it. There's like nobody representing women. Like, fuck. My DMs started getting full. Every time I'd make a podcast episode, talking about like life as a female cop or all these things, women would reach out to me, current officers, future officers. And it wasn't, people don't come to me to talk like, and this is what I want to talk about. Okay. Right here. Here's the highlight. People don't come to me to be a better cop. I got fucked up there for a little while. Complete vulnerability moment. I got really fucked up there for a little while, right? Like, I'm not a cop trainer. I'm a coach, right? And I am, this is a whole other podcast, but like the universe is like definitely given to me and provided to me as I'm starting up my own little training / coaching company. I'll talk to you about that in another podcast. But like, yeah, so like, yeah, I'm doing it, but I'm not your typical, like look, I don't hold a fucking candle to a lot of these women. We got women like, Anne Carnelias. Yeah, I never pronounce it right, but she's the former Marine that got shot in the face, or I would say Marine, because Marines are never former, right? She got shot in the face on duty. She's a police officer. She teaches for Caliber Press. She's absolutely amazing. And I guarantee you her fucking training is just out of this world. And, but I don't hold a candle to her. Like what am I going to go talk about? I've never experienced it. That's not, and then, Street Cop has a woman. Her name is Heather. She's been on the job for 18 years. She's a lieutenant. I bet she's fucking amazing. I bet that training is absolutely amazing, but that's not what I'm trying to do. And I just want to say this for the record. If you haven't taken their trainings, I suggest you do. I've never taken them, but both of those women seem pretty fucking, squared away. They've had their shit together. They know what they're talking about, right? When it comes to the job and when it comes to police training, yeah, go learn from them. And what I realize is, listen, bitch, I've had fucking 6 years on the road. I've been in the job for, over 10 now, but like, I'm not trying to be that. I got mixed up and because I was mixed up, it was coming out wrong. I'm not trying to teach you. I'm not America's Next Top Cop. I don't fucking think I ever was. I mean, there's some things that I have done correctly that I really would love to pass on, I really do pride myself in a decent command presence. I've taught about that over and over again. I'll continue to teach about that because it's important. But most importantly is the mindset that I developed. And that is what I want to teach. I want to teach about life skills and I want to, essentially be the female cop's life coach. And the reason I'm telling you this is because I have some trainings that are designed right now just for women. It has nothing these trainings can be implemented to men and one day will be. Like She's an Asset Mastermind. All the fucking content can go straight to the male cop and should go straight to a male cop. But the problem is a lot of men won't give it the time of day because they think that they already know. And I know this because I've been coaching for 8 years. And the majority of my clients, I would say it was a 70-30 split, 70% women, 30% men. And these men were amazing. And these men know till this day, if they want to come take any of my stuff, they are welcome. And this any man. So if you're a man listening to this, just know you're welcome to take absolutely any fucking training that I put out. But it's just, for me, I wanted to just create like a community of women working on like how to be the best versions of themselves, how to be impactful, how to be happy as fuck, how to be a great cop and a great fucking person, and how to stay connected to yourself, and, how to be authentic, and building that confidence and developing a fucking solid mindset. And, and it's all of those things that I'm very passionate about. And it's those things that I'm looking to put forth into my community. I am not looking to have a community around me of victims. We can get like that. Cops can get very victim-y mindset. It's not my style. Anybody knows, like I have several groups that I manage online, and they all know. If you get too fucking victim-y in here, get the fuck out. Because you can vent, but you're going to vent properly. And I've trained most of them on what that looks like, right? Effectively. It's venting effectively. It means you can vent only if you're open to fucking solutions. Only if you're open to changing your mindset after you fucking put all that shit on me. Because you're not just going to dump on me and then walk away and then think that you and I are fucking cool. Because we're not. That is not even energy exchange. And when I vent to anybody, I'm always like, I'm open to anything and everything you have to tell me. I have to get this off my chest. Just let me talk about it. And then please, reflect back to me. Okay, because that person now doesn't feel like, and I do that even with my own coach/therapist. She's a therapist, but she's my coach. And I do that with her. I'm like, okay, I'm open to anything you have to say. I just need to tell you this. It's not just like this big dumping session. Okay. And so this leads me to this hypothesis that was thrown in my face that was, for me, very eye-opening because I just never saw it that way. But it can come across this way is that I come across like, if you don't follow me, then you're less than, or like as a female officer, or you must take my trainings because if you don't, then, you're a piece of shit. Like you're not a good officer. Like what? Or I'm training officers, female officers, and providing just trainings for female officers because they're less than, or they need it. Like what? Like what? So that'd be putting myself in a goddamn category of being less than, and we all know I am not about that shit. But that's how it comes off, and it's my fault, but I wanted to tell that to you. I wanted to clarify, and as I'm getting clear in myself, it feels good to be able to be like, hey, this is the truth. So if you've ever felt like that, so here's some work. If you've ever felt like that, if you've ever felt like somebody's making you feel less than, reflect on that and ask yourself why, and ask yourself what that means to you. And why have you been triggered that way? Right? And what in you feels less than? What in you feels less than? I've been doing that work for the last month of August because I'm like, that, that was a really strong feeling that came up. One of my longtime clients who's, very much a friend of mine as well. We had this great conversation about that. And she just reminded me, she's like, I don't come to you to teach me how to be a cop. Like, I love the cop content. I relate to it, but like, I got this. I go to the same fucking academy as all the guys, take those fucking trainings. I go through the FTO. Like, I'm good. I'm just as good of a cop as the guys. And I'm like, fuck yeah, you are. Fuck yeah. Like, I wouldn't, but I come to you because you're my mentor. Like, you're my coach. Like, I could come to you and be like, hey, here's the situation. Or you've already made content about it. Or there's a podcast about it. Or whatever. And I'm like, oh man, yes. Wanted to just share that with you as we start getting back into the podcast. And, I just want to be upfront. Had to tell you what was on my mind. If you're brand new to me and you're like, this is the first podcast episode you're listening to of mine, here's the reality. The reality is this is just who I am and how I do things. I'm just real. I'm just another person. I'm not trying to be a personality. I'm not trying to be some professional. I'm just trying to be me. And I'm just a normal fucking human being. And you happen to be listening to what I'm having to say. And if you're still here, then I really fucking want you to know how much I value and respect you for, listening to my podcast and picking this up. And I just want you to know, keeping it real, keeping it, vulnerable and keeping it 100 at all fucking times. Because if I'm not, then you won't be either. And that's not good for any of us. So if you're not following me on TikTok or Instagram, come hang out. I'm at Officer Autumn on all socials. That's Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. I have our own Facebook group. It'll be linked in the show notes. And I do have a free training going on. Again, it's designed for women, but if you are a guy and you fucking don't mind taking my shit, take it. It's really damn good. It's all about shooting and defensive tactics and your mindset. It's a 3-part training. It's for free. I teamed up with 2 amazing instructors. One is Ashley Smashley. She's a pro MMA fighter. And the other is Andrew Keith. He is a Southern cop. He has been in the Marines. He's a US PSA, which is a competitive shooter. He's a master. He's in the master class, which is the second from the highest. He was a sergeant for 5 years, K9, SWAT, fucking instructor, you name it, he's done it. So come and take the training. It's really good. The link will be right in the show notes. Thanks again for being here. I'm excited to get back in your ears. And if you ever have anything that you want me to talk about, you just got to email me, autumn@autumnclifford.com, and I would be happy to do so. Thanks for bearing with the sound quality as I'm outside, but sometimes when the fucking mood hits you, you just have to talk, right? So that's what we're doing.